So what up, people? This is motherfucking sports live edition on Instagram. We having some issues on YouTube, so we gonna bring this bitch to Instagram. So you already know what it is. I'm your motherfucking host, Mr. Headquarters, aka Beanie Man, aka Captain Freaky. But this time we talking Saints. You heard me? We talking the motherfucking Saints. The Saints had their first preseason game of 2022.
Hold on. We just ain't gonna bypass that and not get it right. If you gonna call yourself Captain Freaky, make sure you add on to it, Captain Freaky, the Winter Soldier.
Oh no! Hey, look! Shout out to Nicky Neek with the name. Those who don't know, man, check out. Stay in tune with our stories. We don't have nothing up there right now, but make sure y'all stay tuned for our stories, bro. We got a lot of bullshit that be popping now.
Please.
But give it up for our other host, EJ, the motherfucking DJ.
Yes, sir. What up, boy?
Hey, man. Look, sports is what's up right now, man. It's the Saints.
Oh, yes.
We talking all Whodat, all our Whodat fans out there. What's happening? But first thing first, tell us what you think about the first game of the season. The Saints took on the Texans in Houston for preseason game 1.
Book ain't it. That's all I can tell you right now.
Ian Book
is not it.
Ian Book. I mean, there was some good highlights out there besides Ian Book though. The defense looked great.
Yeah.
What you thought of the defense?
Defense is always going to look great. Defense is always going to look great on our side. It's just now we got to make sure we complement that with the offensive side. Now, of course, everybody knows with preseason, it's just a way for the rookies to get attention, see what we got coming down the pipeline. I saw a lot of good, but I also saw a lot of bad. And
let's talk about the good.
I mean, good-wise, we got a hell of a receiving core. Hell of a receiving core. The defense second unit is really, really stepping up his game as well, too. Offensive line looks a little shaky from last time. The second unit offensive line, the rookie offensive linemen, they looked okay, but it could be better. Running backs, you got guys that's fighting for that third spot to get on the team. So it's going to be an interesting battle. But as far as for the good-wise, wide receiver core is solid. There's no question about that. I believe that right now at this point, we do have the best wide receiving core. When you consider who we got starting,
right? You
got Thomas, you got Olave, trying to make a name for himself right now with that high draft pick that we got, which was a very good pick. You also got Jarvis Landry, Juice back in the NO, so he back where he normally played at from LSU. He's very fits comfortably back at home. And then on top of that, with just the starters, you got to look at who else we got. We got Mark Callaway. We got Traquan Smith. We got Devontae Harris still. Those guys can come in and fill a void just in case somebody does go down. They can always step up their game. Tight end-wise, I'm looking at Johnson to have a big monster year. I like Johnson, what he brings to the table. He was a former wide receiver turned tight end. He accepted his role last year. Last year in his first couple of games.
You said Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson.
What Johnson we talking about? Because don't they have more than one Johnson? Jawan Johnson.
Jawan Johnson.
Yeah, Jawan Johnson at tight end is I think he has the potential to be great.
He does.
I think Adam Troutman's probably going to be the de facto starter, though, when the season starts.
But as far as, weaponry-wise, I would like Jawan Johnson to be starting over than Troutman. Troutman, he reminds me of a blocking tight end. He'll give you a couple of blocks here and there. But as far as being a lethal threat, as far as in the pass game, he really hasn't shown that just yet. But Jawan Johnson's really shown me hey, I'm open, man. I'm definitely down to block. I'm definitely down to run routes. And like I said, with that wide receiver tandem, accepting his role, moving the tight end, just accept it and embrace it. Hey, man, right now the tight end is like the glorified spot. So he knew if he made that switch to tight end, he was going to get playing time and he was going to get touches. And that's exactly what happened. So I'm looking for him to have a monster year. Overall, quarterback-wise, Jameis, I'm pulling for you. I'm not even going to lie. I'm pulling for you. There is some questions about your health right now, but I'm hoping you can overcome it. Andy Dalton seems to be expressing his role as a backup quarterback to come in when needed. Ian Book.
We're not going to talk about Ian Book. Ian Book's not important. Because, I mean, even if he played well, he wasn't going to be the number 2 or number 1. He was always going to be fighting for the third string / practice squad anyway.
No, but the way our Whodat Nation was pushing for him, it was like, if y'all consider him the future, like, nah, that ain't.
Nobody considered him the future. Nobody significant said Ian Book was going to be the future of the Saints. Like, let's be real. Unless there was Notre Dame fans out there, like, nobody thought that Ian Book was going to be the answer.
There was some crazy motherfuckers out there. I ain't lying to you.
Well, we ain't talking about them dumbasses.
Right.
This is Jameis' team. This is Jameis' team, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like you said, Andy Dalton is a great backup. I love Andy Dalton at that position, just in case there's an insurance policy for him. And not to mention, I think even though he didn't play too great at quarterback last year and the previous years before that, I think Taysom Hill is probably the third quarterback on this team that they're not going to put on the depth chart as a quarterback. But I think he's the emergency quarterback in case, both of those quarterbacks get hurt.
But he's more effective as a gadget player. I mean, the guy is about 240, weighs about 240 pounds. The guy's a stud. I'm not denying his athletic ability, but when people say you got to put him at quarterback, I was like, look here, there's levels to this. When you're talking about putting a guy at that position, the way that position has been elevated now, that's the CEO of the team. A team has to be willing to invest that you are going to be that guy. And if you can't show that you're that guy, they're not going to put you at quarterback. So you need to just go ahead and accept your role. Everybody just needs to go ahead and accept him as his role. He's a gadget player. He's a Swiss Army knife. He can run. We've shown that he can run. He's shown that he can catch passes too if you need him to. That's why they put him at the tight end wide receiver slot. Just for a stick play, he could be a matchup. He could be a mismatch. And then
I got you.
Like you said, he could play a little defense too. He's shown that he could play defense as well too. He could do whatever he needed to do.
I get all that. But what I'm saying is that Taysom Hill is just an emergency. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I'm not gonna go too far into that because we know what Taysom is. We know he's not a quarterback. We know he's not gonna be the number 1 or number 2. He's strictly emergency only and tight end. What do you think about the running back situation for the Saints?
There's gonna be some competition for that third spot.
You think so?
I mean, he fumbled in that one play.
Who are you talking about?
I forgot what that running back's name. I think he was wearing number 28.
Well, we had 2 that fumbled in the game. I think Dwayne Washington fumbled and he regained his fumble back. You got the roster. You can pull up the number 28. But Dwayne Washington, I think, will be probably the number 24 will be the backup, the third string running back.
Mm-hmm.
Kamara and Ingram has got this down pat. They the number 1 and number 2, hands down. We already know that.
Right.
But yeah, I think I like Washington at that spot though. I mean,
Ozigbo.
Ozigbo. And number 28.
Yeah, that's number 28.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna make the main roster anyway. I don't think he's gonna make the 53-man roster. He probably gonna be the practice squad guy. It kind of sucked that he fumbled right in the fourth quarter, right before he was about to
Yeah,
get
it
close
really did.
in the red zone. So
In the red zone at that too as well. That
probably
kind of
could have
was
won him the game too, but it is what it is.
But I'm looking at the running back slot right now. I mean, we sold up on running backs. I mean, like you said, I mean, there's really no competition with this right now. I mean, you got the starters in Mark Ingram, Alvin Kamara. Of course, Alvin Kamara is running back number 1. Mark Ingram's number 2. Dwayne Johnson pretty much is probably going to be the number 3 running back out of this group. And then Tony Jones is probably going to be relief player, come in when he's needed. Ozigbo, he's probably going to be looking at being
I don't think
what
he'll
you
make
call
the
it.
team.
I think he'll make practice squad.
Yeah, that's when I say he ain't gonna make the team. I think practice squad or cut. Honestly,
That's it.
Tony
Practice squad.
Jones. I like Tony Jones better than him. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think he was gonna be probably the number 3 running back last year, but he got hurt, if you remember.
Yeah.
So what up, Chalupa, man? This dude, Chalupa retarded. What's up, bro? He said, "Did we fire Pudge?"
No.
Nah, man. Pudge decided to leave on his own. So, but ain't no ill wishes. It's myself and EJ the DJ got this motherfucker. We're holding it down. But yeah, man. Tight end. I think tight end. You also got Taysom Hill. Taysom Hills also can be moved at running back too.
Yeah.
Forget about that. So I think that's very important, though. I mean, Taysom Hill can move in and out of there. You don't know how long Kamara is going to be out with this suspension. Did they ever say how long he's going to be suspended for, or they didn't announce it yet?
From what I understand, when it comes to his suspension, I don't believe he's been fully suspended just yet.
Not yet.
Not yet, but look like they're about to get everything cleared up, which is pretty good. So it looks like he'll be starting number 1. So hopefully in the first game he'll be ready to go.
We'll see. We'll see. Now, not to mention we got the defense though. The defense is stout, like we talked about. That linebacking core though. You got the roster. What's number 40 name again? He was a free agent rookie that we just picked up. I think they picked him up like a week ago.
I'm pulling them up now because I know we got Zach Bond. I don't know we got Zach Bond. I know
why you pick him
up? Chase Hanson's number 42. I think that was his.
Yeah, that's him. Chase. What's his last name?
Hanson. Yeah. Chase Hanson.
Yeah. Chase Hanson. That dude he probably not gonna be the starter. But he gonna definitely probably work his way into the depth chart. Oh, that motherfucker is good. We need young hungry dudes like that. What up, T? I see T just joined up in here. But yeah, that motherfucker is hungry, bro. Like that dude really wanted all the smoke against Houston. I want to see more of him in the next couple of games and see how he can kind of progress. I think they might have a bit of a gem at that linebacker spot, and him. You might have a 4th linebacker that's in there that you can kind of move around as a edge rusher. He can tackle well. He got a little speed on him too. So we'll see what happens with that.
Let me see, because the thing about it is with that, because they still got Mario Davis listed as outside linebacker, and that's what I'm saying too. We need somebody that can plug in that middle, which is what he's really good at as well too. But he's more efficient at that outside linebacker spot as well. Now, as far as defensive ends, one of these guys can actually stand up. Let me see if I can find him.
Well, Brett? Are you looking at we got to give props to saying that we got probably the best secondary in the league, and definitely probably the best number 1 and number 2 corners in the league with Adebo and Marshawn Lattimore. Both of them motherfuckers can be number 1s on a lot of different teams.
And that addition to Bradley Roby helped a lot too. Bradley Roby helped a lot as well too in that depth chart as well.
Facts.
I mean, if you look at the cornerback situation where we have right now, like you said, a Debo, we got Marshawn Lattimore, the two starters. You got Bradley Roby coming in that third spot. You also got P.J. Williams, who's one of the best, I believe, in his position. He is one of the best.
P.J. Williams?
Open field tacklers that we have at
Oh,
corner.
okay. I'm
He's
about
one
to say,
of the best. Nah, he's one of the best open field tacklers that we have at quarter.
I thought you were about to say he's one of the best coverers. I'm about to say,
Oh, no. He's no, he's decent when it comes to coverage. But
right.
his main strength is if you leave him one-on-one with a wide receiver, he's definitely going to get him down to the ground. He's definitely good at open field tackling, and that's what you need as far as physicality-wise. Let me see. Now, as far as the defense end,
we also got Tyrann Mathieu. We also got Marcus Mays from the Jets from last year. So I mean, I feel like we retooled that secondary big time. So I have no problem looking at that secondary and saying that we can probably match it with any team, especially any great team that got good receivers. Especially teams like the Rams, Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that got Cincinnati, I'm not worried. Kansas City, I'm not worried. And most of them teams not even in our conference anyway.
Nope. Now, if you want to look at the schedule-wise, I mean, after the preseason, pretty much, let me see. After the preseason, we got Saints and Falcons. We got to go to Atlanta right off the bat. We actually got first three rivals in the first three games. And
that's cool.
Yeah, so we about to handle our business. As far as like other teams that we facing the Vikings this year. We facing the Seahawks again. We owe the Seahawks. I'm gonna tell you that right now. We owe the Seahawks.
I ain't worried about the Seahawks. The Seahawks gonna be terrible this year.
October 16th, Joe Burrow coming back to Louisiana. Him and his Bengals, they coming back to Louisiana.
Well,
after that,
what's the first game again?
First game is actually we go to Atlanta.
Atlanta on September 11th. Yep. And the first actual home game is going to be August 26th against the Chargers. That's a Friday night, the final preseason game. So, yeah, I mean, look, I told you before this season is high expectations. Defense is on point. The offense is coming along. I feel good about this first game. I know a lot of the starters wasn't in there. I have only one slight issue that I saw that I couldn't keep my eye off of, and that was the first round pick left tackle, Trevor Penning. And I don't know, he looked kind of shaky. He was going up against not even the starters for Houston. And I'm like, man, he was struggling. He was struggling a lot in that game. I don't know if you paid attention to it, but
most offensive linemen, especially at that position, man, they're gonna struggle to find their footing. We're not expecting, as far as like Penning, as far as Penning wise, I don't believe that we're about to be starting. I don't think we're looking for anything right off the bat, because let me see who else we got at offensive tackle that could probably
nobody
help.
You got Hurst, but
yeah,
I don't think he's gonna be. I don't think I don't know. I mean, it's what between him and Penning, and I kind of feel like they want Penning to be that guy. I don't know if he's ready
but
yet.
it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time for him, because you're throwing him right out the gate. It's gonna take time for him.
Well, I mean, that could make or break our season, because he's gonna be protecting the blind side of James. So
right. That's why that's why I told you before when we first talked about this, I think we need to move Ryan Ramczyk to that blind side and have Trevor Penning on the other side.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
That's
I like what you're saying. No,
that's
trust me, I understand. But he's never played that side of the ball before.
No,
I mean,
but when you look at offensive line, And like you said, protecting that blind spot is premium. Everybody knows in football, the quarterback, the first check you write is for the house. The second is for the insurance.
Right.
Ryan Ramczyk is right now is basically your insurance for your quarterback. So at this point, because of Trevor Penning's, you gotta wait to see what he aggresses to. Because the thing about it is, we had Trevor Armstead for the longest, but he kept getting hurt. So Ryan Ramczyk actually kind of got better as the season went along because he wasn't asked to do that much. He was just asked to do what he do. Now that Trevor Armstead is left, and he's went off to Miami Dolphins. Shout out to him. You know, he gave us a lot of good years. Hey, I salute him. But now that we got to fill this void, you got to move Ryan Ramczyk to that blind side and have Trevor Penning develop as he's playing, not on that side with basically being like premier guys. That's what I'm saying. Because you always want your offensive tackle. You always want that blind side tackle on your premier guy because he's coming after you on that blind side. He's definitely coming after you. So you got to be able to make sure that side of that blind side of the quarterbacks is covered up. Right. So that's why I'm saying for that, I say switch the positions. That way you can develop Trevor Penning the right way.
Yeah, I mean, but you still got to. He's got to go through the growing pains. I mean, that's just what it is. What it is. He's gonna have to go through that.
The growing pain, but he can go through the growing pains just on that side. When you asking him to cover a blind side, like you just said, you putting a lot on his plate.
Yeah, but
he's only been in the league for 1 year.
You drafted him number 1 overall. You expect him to play, so he's got to just suck that shit up and play. It is what it is. I mean, he just got to be ready. Now, if he got it and he's good and he showed the potential, he's got the talent. We know he got the talent. It's whether or not he can actually get to that next level and show what he can do. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what it is. I mean, I'm not too worried. I'm concerned. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think that's a potential issue. I was watching a lot of the past edge rushers just giving him fits in that game on Saturday night. So I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. But moving forward, what do you think about the future of the season? You talked about the schedule. You think this is a playoff team?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm looking at the schedule. I'm seeing some sketchy games, but I'm also seeing some games that could be winners. That should be winners, actually.
Well, we'll go into detail of the schedule on another episode. But what do you think? You think if we put it up to you right now, do the Saints make the playoffs right now with the current team that they got?
Yeah, they could definitely make the playoffs. It's just a case of how once they get into the playoffs, how far they can go.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. Like I said, I think they're gonna make the playoffs easily. I think they're gonna win the division. I think they're going to overtake Tampa Bay. I don't think Tampa Bay is as good as they was the past 2 seasons.
Defensively wise, they're not.
They lost a lot of players.
They are not. They lost a lot of players. They're not the same people on defense. Offensively, they may be a threat, but I don't think it's going to be that much of a threat. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's not going to be the same because he's going to miss Gronk. That's the one thing about Tom Brady. Tom Brady is going to miss Gronk. Now, of course, you got some comparable tight ends to replace him now, but they not Gronk.
I ain't worrying about Tom Brady and Gronk. Gronk's retired. We talking about the Saints. The Saints gonna be the division champs at the end of the day. You see what I'm wearing right now? I got the NOLA edition hat on. You know what I'm saying? The black, gold, and white. You're saying, where is that? There it is. The NOLA fucking logo is going to be straight Whodat. We're going to be Whodat in that motherfucker all the way into the motherfucking playoffs. I ain't worried. For once, right. I ain't worried. Jameis Winston going to be.
You said for once you ain't worried.
I feel good about this team this year. I ain't going to lie to you.
All right.
This is Ain't too many times I felt this good about the Saints hit going
Now
into a season.
I'm a Saints fan too as well. So don't hurt my heart now. Don't hurt my heart with those expectations now. If my heart hurt, I'm coming for you.
Man, look, don't give me that because like we already know that you got a secret team out there outside the Saints. But we ain't gonna get into all that.
If you must know, my other team is the Ravens. Yes, I'm a Ray Lewis fan. I don't care whatever it is. I don't care if he's not playing. I will always respect the Ravens. Yes, I will always respect them.
I hear you,
Definitely
man.
always respect them. And I'm telling you this now, and I'm putting this on Front Street, November 7th. Ravens will be coming to the Dome. I will be in that motherfucker.
All right.
Monday night.
Strong words from EJ the motherfucking DJ. We will see. We will see.
I'm gonna be in there.
I'm gonna say this in closing. The Saints gonna take care of business. Jameis Winston gonna be the most improved player of the year. I'm calling that shit. Most improved player of the year.
He has a shot. He definitely has a shot.
They got nothing but offensive power on the offensive side. They got the quarterback that can move the ball down the field. Chris Olave is gonna be a nice deep threat for them. But don't count out Marcus Callaway. Might steal the number 3 spot from him. He might steal number 3. I feel he might move back up in the depth chart.
Just listen to these wide receivers. Like, we got Michael Thomas. I mean, just listen to the lineup. I'm just gonna go down in order like I have it right now. I mean, we pretty much got. Okay, we got this. He's been in here for a year. Quan Baker, of course, Marcus Callaway, Deontay Hardy. You know, we got Jarvis Landry. I mean, Chris Olave, Traquan Smith, Mike Thomas is back and looking better. I'm very, very proud of him. I hope he keeps it up. I hope he shows that same energy during the season.
Some of these players, some of them receivers ain't gonna make the 53-man roster, by the way.
Nah. Kevin White, to be honest, I like that pickup because he's definitely a good punt returner.
I don't think he's gonna make it.
You don't think he's gonna make it? I'm not saying about wide receiver. I'm saying about punt returning, kick returning. You could definitely use him.
And you got Deontay Harris.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, give him a break. You gonna need to give him a break soon. So hey, good backup. I'll take him. Just knowing that we got somebody else that can actually return kicks, I'll take that. I'll take that any day.
No, I got you.
Can never have too many punt return and kick returners. Can never have them. I'll stick to that philosophy. Can never have too many punt return and kick returners. You never know what's gonna happen.
Look, did Deontay Hall have all these other motherfuckers behind him and shit? No, he did not. It was Deontay Hall going to the Pro Bowl, tearing shit up. I think Deontay Harris is that type of punt returner, kick returner. Punt returner, yeah. I don't know about kick return, but as far as a punt returner, I think he is very good. I'm not worrying about anybody else returning kicks. I think the receiving core is already loaded already. There's not gonna be much room on this team. There's so much talent on it. Something's got to give. You're gonna have to cut some players somewhere. So, but like I said, I have no issues with the offense outside of that Trevor Penning at left tackle. Like I said, I think we still had our issues with Jameis last year, but I think with everything that's going on, all the power, the offensive power that he got, he's gonna have every opportunity to be great. I think he's gonna succeed expectations. And the defense gonna be the defense. The defense is still great. I think the only thing that they might have an issue with is maybe run defense. Maybe. That's a big maybe.
Big maybe, but I will say this though. Chauncey Dukes, I'm gonna need you to listen up. You that advocated for this man to be on this team. Now he's here, Tyrann Mathieu.
Mm-hmm.
Do all the talking you want, brother, but I'm gonna need to see some hits from you now. I'm gonna need to see some hits as well as talking. You got this man on this team now. He looking for another ring.
Look,
I'm telling you
I'm gonna
this
say
now.
this. Jordan had they had a video floating around on social media of Jordan. Great fucking quote. I think it was from the Last Dance documentary too. Motherfuckers want to talk shit when they up 5 or 6 points. I want to see motherfuckers talk shit when it's even, when it's 0-0.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got the 0-0 in the win-loss column right now. Talk your shit right now while everything's even. I don't want to hear no shit talking when you're 1 up, 2 up, and then you come out and the bottom fall out. I don't want to hear all that shit.
I need to see some hits along with that talking. That's all I think I need to see. Some hits along with that talking.
Well, keep watching the Saints. The hits gonna keep coming. With that being said, make sure y'all check us out. The motherfucking podcast, our main show. We got a new episode coming soon, later this week. We might be dropping 2 episodes this week, so stay tuned. Also, make sure y'all follow the So-Called Friends podcast under the HQ umbrella. You know what I'm saying? The Hustle Network of podcasts, the motherfucking podcast.
Them girls can sing.
Motherfucking sports and So-Called Friends. So make sure y'all check them out. As you always, check us out on our website, linkpop.com/themfnpod. We're gonna be having our merch. Our merch website is currently down, so we're gonna have that back up soon, and we'll have us notifications and stuff like that when we back up and running. But with that being said, that's EJ the motherfucking DJ. I'm your motherfucking host, Beanie Man, a.k.a. Mr. Headquarters, a.k.a. Captain Freaky. You already know what it is.
The Winter Soldier.
The motherfucking pod.
Motherfucking pod, y'all.